Hi Virgo, hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for March 1st through the 7th. I'm going to be discussing love as well as career. I'm going to start with love, timestamp for career in the description box below. And also in the description box, you will find a 20% off code that I'm offering for all of my readings for the month of March as a way of saying thank you for my first 2 years here on YouTube. I just had my second anniversary, and thank you. It's been so much fun. So I figured I'd throw that out in case any of you might be interested in working with me privately. All right, so let's get right into this. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I did do a separate astrology read, pretty deep for each of the signs. I broke them out separately, discussing the energy for this month, and I did throw in a bonus tarot read into that if you guys want to check that out. So really going to be focusing primarily just on any energetic messages that want to come through for our Virgo friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for any messages that you're going to allow us to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Being called to do this a little differently. Isn't that interesting? 7 of Cups first. 10 of Swords. So this is for any of you having to do with a relationship, in a relationship. Maybe you're still trying to get over a relationship. You might be in a complicated situation. I will be doing that version of one where I break everything out separately, but not this particular week. My time is a little limited this week. Okay, we have some nice major arcanas here, Virgo, that's for sure. Okay. So we have the 4 of Cups coming into this energy, Virgo. So the 4 of Cups is an interesting, I mean, if you're single, right, you could be feeling very disillusioned right now about relationship. This is a very restless, bored, sort of apathetic, like, will I ever meet the right one? I'm so tired of this, and I can't be with somebody who does this, and this, and you know, I can't, that, you know, somebody, you're Virgo, so you can't be with somebody who's really messy. It's very hard, right? Or somebody who, you know, just doesn't take care of themselves. It's really hard for a Virgo energy to deal with. And of course, I'm speaking in generalities regarding the Virgo archetype. I don't know what else you have in your chart and what's aspecting what, but generally speaking, because Virgo is the 6th house of health, and also being very critical, not only of themselves, but of others, you know, in a way to problem solve, right? It's like you could see things coming, you could see issues coming, you could see things before other people can. And when you call it out, people will tell you, oh, you're so picky, or you're so particular, or you're so critical, and that. But meanwhile, you know, you're typically correct, right? But this can also indicate that you need to heal past unhealed issues. And just making small changes in this way can go a long way for those of you in that space. And that can go for those of you who are single, or maybe in between things, or just feeling kind of strange about your relationship. And if it's not really what it is that you want, it's very easy to sit in this space and identify all of the things that you don't like about your partner, when in actuality, you just might need to realize things about yourself that and in a really honest way, and not with any malice or anything, or any ego, just saying, look, I'm realizing that in order for me to be happy in relationship, I have to have A, B, and C present. Like, this is what I need, and I, you know, I can't fit a circle in a square, right? Now, for those of you in a serious relationship, you may be in a space coming into this energy where you might be feeling bored. And that really could just be because of COVID. It could just be because life is busy. You need to spice things up a little bit. You need to, you know, get the romance going, you know, whatever that means to you. Maybe have a carpet picnic, or do something like sweet and cute, or sexy and out of the ordinary, just something to shake it up a little bit for those of you who are in a committed relationship. Now, because I do feel like I almost feel like this floating kind of energy with the 4 of Cups, and then going in, floating literally, the 7 of Cups. It is this energy, like feeling like things are up in the air. So this is all about choices and confusion, commitment issues. This could be that you're experiencing within yourself, or that you feel like your partner You feel like your partner is having some sort of commitment issues, and you're just not sure. You're not sure. That's the best way to look at it, though. You're not sure what's fantasy and what's not. Things feel up in the air, but at the same time, this can be the beginning stages of something. It's like the beginning stages of this next cycle of your relationship together, or the beginning stages of relationship in the, in the first place. Because some of you Virgos may be in a space where you actually have a lot of choices. You might actually be dating a lot to the best that you can, right? In whatever way that you can right now. And you may be like, nope, 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 they're not doing it for me. Nope, they're not, and so it's like, I don't know, commitment issues here. You're just not sure. And you might even meet an energy that you're not sure if you should trust, right? Because this is a Venus and Scorpio energy. So Venus, obviously, for this particular reading, we can associate as being love and feeling good about yourself, being in something. And Scorpio is about transformation. So, and it's about a new cycle starting. So you feel the new. So something might even be offered to you and you're just not sure if you can trust it, You're just confused. Now, those of you in a deep committed relationship, you might be dealing with a situation within your marriage or within the confines of your life that you guys are experiencing a lot of like up in the air energy, confusion about what you guys should do. Should you start that business? Should you buy that house? Should you sell? Should you have a baby? Should you get married? Should you not, But then we have the Ten of Swords energy. It's crossing it, right? Now, this is about endings where there's a history, right? And there's a finality in the release of something. It's like, okay, at least you know that you can't do that anymore, right? There's almost like a release from a frustration or a stress, even if it's painful, even if it's disappointing, because this is the end of something that's been challenging for you. At the end of the day, it's been challenging. So it's almost like getting that definite yes or that definite no, having to do with something. It could be within a relationship or a situation that you guys are dealing with as a couple. Or it could just also be you really honestly coming to terms with the fact that maybe a relationship that you were in is over and you're ready to transform into a healthier energy with fresh eyes and a new mindset. But no matter how you're resonating with this, it always equates to ultimately ending up with fresh eyes and a new mindset. Because something's been released that's been a long time in the making. Now we have the Lover's energy as the crowning, and the crowning is always, the Lover's energy is always about a choice. There's a decision here that needs to be made. So if you're single, this is about loving yourself first to release any blocks so that you can manifest the right relationship when the time is right. For those of you who are partnered, this is needing to make a decision. And what are you deciding is, are you both in it equally so, in order to work on the foundation of the relationship? And this is really all about needing to recognize and be willing to look at the patterns in relationship for you in general and figure out how to not repeat those things, right? And it's through that where you're going to have the blessing of Archangel Raphael and even the luminary of the sun to help bless it. But it needs to be a decision, and that's going to depend on your particular situation. But you're definitely going to be looking at what's fair and what's not fair, right? Balance and fairness are very important to look at right now. Is remember that Justice energy is Libra. Libra is the 7th house of partnerships, right? And Venus wants us to feel good about being in something, and she really values things that are equitable and loving. So you really want to make sure that your emotional needs are being met in this energy, or that you're able to meet somebody else's emotional needs, right? Because this is just the current situation. Everybody's needs able to be met here. If you're single, this is really getting super honest with yourself about what you're willing to do and not do in relationship. And don't beat yourself up if you realize that your list of what it is that you're looking for in a partner, maybe to some, if it's subjectively unreasonable or subjectively long. It's kind of silly. You like what you like. I always say, and I tell my clients this too, you can't make somebody like the color blue if they don't like the color blue. You could sit and explain why the color blue is beautiful, and somebody can explain that to you and you can agree with them, but it's not going to really make you like the color blue. So you like what you like, right? So for those of you who are single, and even those of you in maybe a complicated situation, it is what it is kind of thing. So, given that set of reality, is everybody able to meet each other's emotional needs, and that's what needs to be addressed here. But I love that you're the magician here, Virgo. This is fabulous. This is a good energy for you because you're ruled by Mercury, and the magician is straight up Mercury. So Mercury rules you as well as Gemini, right? So the magician is all about being able to crystallize something and make something come to life, right? So if you're in a relationship, communication is really good. Any issues or problems are going to be revealed through a deeper understanding of each other's needs. And this could also indicate, for those of you who are coupled, making some sort of joint venture happen. So maybe you're opening a business together, or you're starting a podcast together, or you're buying a home together, or you are going to get married together. You're going to do something together, right? Could certainly indicate that. But what's important to note here is that this is crystallizing because of Mercury, Gemini, communication, looking at things a little differently. You guys, Virgo, you are the sixth house of not only health, but you're the problem solvers of the zodiac, right? So it's solving problems through communication, through looking at things through a different lens, trying a different strategy. You're all about it. And that's such a Virgo thing, right? Because Virgos have a way of problem solving that is very unique to that archetype. It's very interesting. It's like, it really is the energy of like making it work. You know what I mean? It's like, having a quarter pound of like meat and just being able to feed 50 people, you figure it out. You figure out a way of working it out. And we have an external energy that's impacting you, okay? So this could be a general energetic influence, or this could actually be a person. So it depends on your situation. But when we have the moon energy, the moon does indicate for a relationship confusion and disappointment, like feeling let down, and not trusting that the relationship will work. And that ends up leading to a decision about the relationship. So this could just be, again, a general energetic influence that you're sort of in. And the decision doesn't have to be bad. It could be like, okay, how are we going to take this? How are we going to make lemonade out of these lemons? How are we going to fix this situation? How are we going to strategize this differently in order to fix it? Or for some of you, the decision in the Lovers, because of the disappointment, can lead you to say, all right, listen, either we do A, B, and C, or we're going to need to figure out what we're going to do with this relationship, because they have to be on board with you with the Lover's energy. Your challenge here is the Four of Pentacles. So you might be a little concerned about security right now within this relationship, because this is also an energy of self-protection, watching your resources for a firm foundation. So really wanting that security, and this may be a challenge for you right now, Virgo. You may be in the space where you're just not sure about something within this connection, and it's making you, this is a very psychological card. Things might be better than you realize. You may have other things going on internally, other reasons why you may feel that lack of security. But one thing for sure, we have the world. The world is the best card, right? It really is about achieving, right? Beautiful happiness, fulfilling love, right? But it's about completion and a lesson learned. And it could even be a goal completed. So maybe it's like, for example, if you and your partner have been really trying to work towards something, make something happen, like buy that house, start that business, have that baby, whatever it is, get pregnant, whatever it is. It's like goal completed. But this tells me with the world, because the world is Saturn, it was hard. It was a lot of struggle getting to this space in the near future that you're going to be experiencing, which is actually really nice. And we have as the final outcome energy, we have the Six of Cups. This is an energy of nostalgia and harmony and having to do with the past. So this can be reconciliation or reconciling some sort of issue. You guys might be reconnecting with old friends of yours, hanging out with them. Just the ability also to just find the right balance in your relationship, especially if you feel like the relationship has been really strained, or you feel like you maybe got the lousy end of the stick for a time period. Things are going to be remedied in this energy for sure, which is very, very nice. Now, some of you maybe, if you're not in a serious relationship, Some of you may be manifesting a return of a relationship from the past that still has good bones. If you're going to know if it does or not, you know, where you guys broke up maybe for silly reasons or poor communication or something that could be easily remedied. This would not be upright if we were dealing with like a narcissistic energy from the past, somebody who was just, you know, very unhealthy, you know, energetically. This would be a healthy reconnection for those of you who would resonate with it like that. So let's see if we could just find out some psychology underneath all of this. Somebody feeling something here. Self-indulgence, the snake, coffee cup, chaser. Okay. So I'm feeling like these would be feeding into why it is that you feel the need to feel protective of yourself. We have self-indulgence, the snake, coffee cup, the chaser. And this Ten of Swords energy as well. Feeling the Four of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. It's kind of this, there was an ending of something here, ending of a cycle, ending of something that incited this need for you to feel very protective of yourself. Let's see if we can get some information on that process. So we have the idea of self-indulgence, focus on self-worth, time to heal, doing shadow work and appreciating yourself. So clarifying that, it's I can't be with you. I see too much in myself. I see too much of myself in you, and I don't like myself. So this could be one of those situations where, yeah, I mean, there's this healing that needs to go on because there's this mirroring which tends to happen in relationship of our wounds. Next, we have the snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder, the other woman. It could be the other man. It doesn't have to be that at all. This should just be some sort of sneaky behavior, somebody not walking their talk. And then it says, being apart has been life-changing for me. So there might have been some space in the history of this connection here that ended up changing. You know, where you guys were apart, and then maybe for that time period, somebody was with, you know, you were with somebody else, or they were with somebody else, you guys came back together, whatever it is. But then there was this meeting up, conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and the recognition that somebody messed up big time. And there being discussion about that. Then finally, we have the chaser. Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. So somebody might be really, really concerned about their safety. Virgo, it might even be you because we have this Four of Pentacles, you know, in your challenge position. And then it almost seems like somebody is saying to you, I never meant to make you feel like you don't matter. That's beautiful. I mean, I like how it evolves. Because it's almost like it goes from being unhealthy to you guys not being together, taking some sort of break, meeting up, talking things out. Somebody apologizes to somebody. It's like, I never meant to make you feel that way. And now there's this energy that's left over where there's this fear of, I'm not even going to say fear of abandonment because it's like a very dramatic, but fear that things aren't going to work out because of what happened in the past. You're very close to achieving your goal. Very nice. And we got the world energy. That's exactly what that means. So I definitely see things working out. Six of Cups also. If you've been mistreated in the past, things being handled differently and better, I think this is fabulous for you. I hope you resonate with this. For those of you who don't, maybe we'll get you next time. But those of you who do resonate with it, it looks good. All right. So let's get into discussing career. And when I say career, I don't mean just what you do, you know, daily for work, because not everybody's working, unfortunately. Crazy world we're living in now. So this could, anything having to do with like a lawsuit, any sort of payout, settlement, inheritance, buying a home, selling a home, anything having to do with money. So you apply it to your situation as you see fit. I also add in education to this, just because we go through education as, you know, in the with the intention and the mindset to bring ourselves into a new career. So let's see what's going on in this area of your life. General messages. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I like that we got the Devil reverse coming into this energy. That's very good. Okay. Yeah, big changes. Lots of Virgos are going through a lot of changes and having to do with their work and career. So the Devil reverse is a lot better than the upright, and this is your energy coming into this, more positive. Restrictions that you've been feeling having to do with your money, having to do with that situation, having to do with your career are dealt with more easily, and it becomes clear that maybe a situation is not quite as bad as you thought, you know? It's almost like and it's this realization, though, that where you've been feeling restricted and limited can be worked with. You just need to change your perspective. And I see you doing that. With the Devil reverse, it's you doing that. So some sort of restriction, some sort of shackling that you've been feeling regarding your career is being lifted. And I love this, right? We have Jupiter and Mercury conjunct in Aquarius in your 6th house this week. That's going to be like the main energy for the week, right? And the 6th house has to do with your day-to-day work environment, who you work with and for, how you work in your day-to-day. It's your day-to-day experience. So I think this is really good for you. So we have the Page of Cups reverse as well. So Page of Cups reverse is leaving something. It could be a leaving something. It could also be this dependence on something where maybe up to this point, you know, right now you're in this space where you're making the decision to not work in a particular way. You may not be able to fully embrace that realization because you depend on the money that you're making right now. So you're in the process of feeling unshackled, you're in the process of figuring something out, but you're not able to transition just yet because of your dependence on a situation, just to give you the, like, money for food, you know what I mean, and your rent or mortgage or whatever it is. But we have this working with the Chariot. So the Chariot is quick changes and progress in any kind of financial business, any kind of situation like that would end up in impacting your money gets pushed forward, or something is brought to fruition. But whichever it is, it's going to be really exciting. This brings positive news in finances, but you're going to have to work really hard. You're going to have to work really, really hard. But this is swift. This is swift progress and change. And this is also you being very determined. So I really like this for you. You guys are such a determined energy anyway. But it's like away from something that really wasn't fitting you maybe at all or anymore, towards this metaphorical home space, what it is that you're truly meant to be. Because remember, the Chariot in astrology, we connect to Cancer, and Cancer is that metaphorical home space. But it's also, in numerology, Virgo, it's also the Tower. So it does, to me, I'm looking at this saying, so much change just in these few little cards here. 10 of Pentacles, yes, please. Beautiful. Deepening of your commitment, expansion of your ability regarding money, property, your ability to leave a legacy, your ability to have a firm foundation, not only for you, for your family, for you and your children and your partner, or just simply for the life that you want. Fabulous. Really nice. And then we have the Empress Reverse. So this is the best to be achieved, is the crowning, right? The foundation is what's going on right now. So we have the Empress Reverse right now for a minute. So again, dependence, having an issue growing what it is that you want to grow, whether it's that business, maybe it's simply your bank account, having limited resources, feeling limited right now. You're feeling limited and you don't want to feel limited. Now, because it's reversed, remember, the reversals can always go upright. It just needs to be reversed right now, because you're on the road to something. You're progressing on, on this path. But right now, for now, you may have a dependence on your job, on others, feel like you're limited. Okay. But right now you really are. Mentally, you're the King of Pentacles. You really know what it is that you want to do. You really want to make the most of your assets. I love this for you, Virgo, because well, first of all, you guys are the sign of service, right? So you know that you're very good with people. You know that you're very good with problem solving, and you are really embracing that. You're really looking at, in a very clear way, through very clear lenses, what you bring to the table when it comes to work. You understand your limitations, and you understand where you shine, and you're making the most of your assets here. And you're really willing to work very hard, very hard. And you're not going to have any patience for anyone looking to take what's yours, looking to steal your ideas, looking to take advantage of you. You're not going to have any patience for that. You're just not. But really very healthy energy. Now we have the Four of Pentacles as an external energy that's impacting you. So you could just feel like this is a general energetic influence surrounding you, or this could be a person in your life right now. I feel like this may have come up with in the relationship read in the same spot. I'm not sure. But because I forget each reading like as I do it. But this is about self-protection, right? And no, I think this came up in your fear in relationship, but this is about security and just watching your resources. You want to have a firm foundation. You want to secure a position for yourself. You really want to do that, and this is impacting you right now. So this may be what's driving this change in you making this decision to go a different way, having to do with some sort of financial situation. Self-protection here too. So now if you're dealing, that's if it's an energetic influence. If this is a person that you're dealing with that's experiencing a Four of Pentacle energy, you may be dealing with maybe a partner or your children or somebody in your life, a business partner, anyone, an ex-partner, if you're working through some sort of settlement where there's a lot of concern about safety, security, firm foundation, moving forward. Now, let's see what your challenge is. So your challenge is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is right now, this is your fear. Your fear is not having the support that you need in order for something to happen. Some of you may be in a situation where there's like a lot of office politics involved that are getting in the way, or you are worried about somebody not being on board with you and not working in a diligent manner, and then you're going to have to step in and do all of the work, or work to undo the mess that maybe they made. But it really is this idea of feeling like you're fearing no team and no support kind of thing as you're moving forward. You may just be a little concerned about that. You may be realizing that the best thing for you is to sort of go off in this totally different direction. But your challenge here is that you feel very unsupported and very kind of alone in that idea. So we have the Magician, though, in the final outcome. So this is fabulous, right? Again, you guys got this. You guys got this in your position in the relationship read. And now this is your near future, but we apply it according to the type of reading we're doing, right? So the Magician is a Mercury energy, Gemini, and you, Virgo. So this is, okay, so Gemini's communication is doing business, is signing on the dotted line, it's learning. So a lot of you maybe are going to be taking a new course of study, a workshop, not the kind like higher education. That's more Sagittarius energy. Gemini is more workshop, seminar, certification, learning something to add to your skill set, communicating, networking, signing on the dotted line. Okay, so that's the Gemini, the Mercury relating to Gemini. And then you're all about your day-to-day work experience. So whatever you are learning is going to be applied to your day-to-day work experience, right? Whatever you are learning is going to help to solve the problem that you have identified as being the issue in you getting ahead and having happen what you want to happen in the area of money and career for you. So good. But you know what? Look at this. Look at, we have the final outcome. This is like, I quit that job. I'm not doing that anymore. It's almost like you're building yourself in this magician energy, and in the ten of swords is like, there's an ending to whatever you have a history of being in, and the final release of this, even though it's going to be scary as anything, is going to be able to transform you into a healthier life. And it's not comfortable, because it's never comfortable to have swords stabbed in your back. But this is the kind of thing where it's like, you try this path and that door closes. You do this and that person betrays you. You do this and you're like really good at it, but you're not getting paid. You're not getting the recognition. Or you're making the money, but you're not feeling satisfied. There's always a reason why you haven't been feeling it in this way. Some of you may be experiencing this as none of those things, and this could simply be the ending of a lawsuit, the ending of and the finalization and the culmination to something having to do with any sort of financial situation. So you've been trying to sell your house, you're finally selling the house. You've been trying to buy a house, you're trying to finally buy it. You've been trying to get into that business. It's like an end to whatever was really challenging up to this point, right? Because this was a very challenging era, and now it's done. And there's going to be a release in that, even though, so I see you working towards something to attain something, and that going really well for you. See, sometimes the Ten of Swords, sometimes the Tower, sometimes these more challenging energies are a lot more positives. Yep, that's what we want. We like to get Capricorn and Saturn, we like in money and career things, because whatever goes on in that energy, that's the world energy. So whatever goes on in that energy is going to be long lasting. So who doesn't want some long lasting Jupiter, please? Thank you. Right? It's about luck and expansion. And then we have it in the 12th house. Yes, I like this for you, because 12th house has to do with the subconscious. It has to do with the hidden. So I feel like you're going to be bringing out whatever it is, whatever talents, whatever has been sort of living deep inside of you, you're going to bring it to light. Jupiter is going to push it out. It's going to push it out of that 12th house. You're going to be realizing things about yourself in this beautiful 12th house energy that you've been keeping away from the rest of the world, and maybe even keeping away from yourself because you didn't even realize it yet, Oh my gosh, Virgo, please keep yourself open to this energy. Pay attention to the signs. Understand, right? Like, the energy is here, but we have to actively engage with it. Trine, I love it. Harmony, beautiful, energized. We love trines. Trines, it's like, you know what a trine is? It's coming together really nicely without a whole lot of effort. So pay attention to synchronicities, honestly. Lots of really good synchronicities are going to be happening here for you. Out of nowhere, you're going to realize, you're going to come across something online. You're going to see an advertisement, watch a video, talk to somebody, and it's just going to be like, yeah, that's it. That's that. I need that as the next step for this, no matter how small it seems. The energy is gaining momentum. Yep. And I think you guys feel that too. Waxing moon, we love it. Yes. All right. This looks good. I hope you resonate with this. This is my prayer for you. Thank you so much for joining me, my friends. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.